Yeah.
Smoke.
Alright.
Bro, I was up at
101.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was up at 4:20 this morning. I stayed up all night pretty much, and I went to bed. It was like 4:30. I decided to smoke dabs like right before I bed.
Yup. On a good one, baby.
On a good one, dog.
Love to hear it, dude. Love to hear it. Let's see. Boom.
Got your head
This guy
Got
here.
your head on. Del callejón.
Nice and fatty. I did a good job.
Oh yes. Oh yes. All right.
I think it's good.
All right, everybody. Lisos. Hell yeah. The perfect sound to start the podcast, baby. Welcome to 101. This is the very first episode. We're going to go around the room. I'm Damon Monday, the Fresh Prince of Pasadena. To my left, I got Jimbo Ramirez,
What up?
a.k.a. Recycle and Smoke. And then to the right of me, I got Giuseppe Guppy, baby. What up?
What up?
Hell yeah, baby. The party has begun. Jimbo wanted to start something. We're 100 to 1. We're the underdog. We'll take those odds, baby. We'll take those fucking odds. And we're just here to talk about cannabis, life, the grind, the industry, and everything in between. Giuseppe is a sick, newer to the scene glass blower. What was the term you used? Upcycle?
Yeah, I'm an upcycle glass artist.
Right on. Upcycle glass artist. Taking recycling to a new level, baby. To a new level. Jimmy, welcome to the party.
Thank you,
Guppy,
thank you.
welcome to the fucking party, baby.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Fucking thank you to Jimmy for fucking coming up with the idea, bro.
For
Yeah,
real.
we've been wanting to do something like this for a minute. I had talked to also Bossy's in the audience. Shout
Oh
out to
yes,
Bossy.
indeed.
Hi.
Major shout out.
Yeah, she's the behind the scenes, and a lot of stuff doesn't happen if she's not there. So we want to point that out too.
Facts.
Yeah, we just wanted to, kind of give a point of view from the underdog because, I just feel that it's a different view, different point of view, and I think a lot of people will identify with it and get inspired to do great things, and that is going to inspire us to continue to get even better. So I think that's important, always inspiring others.
Hell yeah, baby. Inspiration is important, dude. Inspiration is important. Keeping it G. Your guys' creativeness inspires me and everyone around you guys. You might not see it all the time, but I was telling you last time when I was in line for the dab bar at that iPoppy shit. Some dude was like, "Oh hey, that's Recycling Smoke over there. Yeah, I follow that fool on Instagram." And then you, the homie, was like, "Hey, the fucking." Or I told him I was like, "Yeah, the homie Jimmy's coming over. His homie Guppy's coming over. I've met him a handful of times." And he goes, "Oh, that's that fool that we met at the sesh, right? With the necklace."
Mm-hmm.
People know you, dog.
Fuck yeah.
People
that's
know
what's
you.
up.
The
That's
fucking
what's up.
community recognizes and the community grows, and we're all moving together.
Yes,
We're all
sir.
moving together. Did you want to hit any questions out the gate?
Nah, I'll let you ask some
Word.
questions, and then we'll, in the flow of it, things pop
For
up.
sure. Cause check it out. I want to ask both of you guys, like, cause being a weed smoker, dude. One thing for sure. I don't know. How old are you, Guppy?
I'm 24.
24. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I
So
just
you
turned 24 actually.
for sure. Oh yeah.
I meant.
That was all bright on your face. Oh, you want to open it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Ah,
It's
word.
smoking here.
You don't want to get boxed out. Feel
Yeah.
you.
It gets too stuffy sometimes, especially with
Can you hit
the
that little?
weed smoke compared to dab smoke. Only
Yeah.
because me and this guy fucking will hotbox his whole apartment, dog, and multiple
More
times.
like hotbox the whole apart, like the whole building. You walk in the building and all you smell is weed.
Okay, you
Wow.
smell it, but you don't see it.
Yeah, we see it
when
Until
we
you
walk
in
in
his
the
house.
door.
You go,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
that's why.
you could do like airbender shit and be like, and that shit will part ways.
For real.
That's
we
the
do
move.
that.
That's the move, dude. For Halloween, my girl had a little soiree, and she was like, "Yo, can you just make sure there's weed?" I was like, "I can see what I can do."
I can see what I
And when people were showing up, literally they were saying like it was like walking into a club because the apartment's not that big, but there was like 25 people here. 20 of them were smoking weed, and we had one of those Cali cars going. Bro, I'm ADD as hell, bro. I don't got the patience. I don't use a crock pot. I don't make soup. I don't make chili. I'm not letting that shit sit for 3 days. Fucking the longest I've let it sit was like a half hour, dude. And then it was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just roll it up. 45 minutes is good enough. Hour 15 is good enough. But yeah, I gotta work on that. So going back to it, being a weed smoker and stuff, when were you guys like, yo, smoking weed's cool, but I'm gonna make something to smoke weed that's not a fucking Gatorade bottle with a pen inside of it?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That is a good question because for me, I feel like because I oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I met Jimmy. I met Jimmy literally after he made his first piece, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I had won that piece in a fucking giveaway for IBC cleanups. Check him out.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out John. Actually, Johnny's gonna be here in a little bit.
Oh,
shit!
dope.
He's doing my podcast.
Gangster.
All right, yeah.
Oh.
I told him to pull up around noon because I figured we'd be wrapping up around then, and he said, "Oh yeah, I might be able to pull up a little sooner. Those are the homies." And I was like, "Yeah, pull up
Oh, yeah.
sooner. Let me know." So
Yeah, fuck yeah.
shout out Johnny.
Dope.
Shout out Inspired by
IBC
Cannabis.
cleanups.
Hell yeah.
Yep, and we met there and fucking the first day I asked him like, hey, I've always been interested because I literally like a month before I met Jimmy, I found a fucking Coca-Cola bong and it was a whole different setup than Jimmy does it. But I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? That's cool, all right? And so after that moment, when I met Jimmy, I asked him, well, what do you think about an Arat bottle? Those Armenian water bottles?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, let me think about it.
Yeah, that's right. I did say that.
And then after that, we just kept talking, hitting each other up, and just a friendship grew.
Yeah. I remember when you took your first, was it actually the first bowl, right? Because it came with a bowl. I wasn't putting dab stuff in the, I wasn't putting dab stuff in those pieces back in the day. It was just flour.
It was
Just flour.
Just flour, yeah.
And what's the best part is that he wasn't sure about like dabs and stuff like that. So my down stem was actually made for both.
Yeah.
And it was like lucky because I didn't dab at first. I just smoked weed. But fast forward, fucking like six months. I'm over here with Jimmy fucking taking 1 gram dabs because he's like, hey, I have all this dabs. You want to take a gram? I'm like, fuck, if you do it. And he's like, fucking, we're doing it.
I bet. Let's do it.
And after that, I became a dabber, and I was just dabbing on that rig specifically. I still have that rig. I dab it every day.
I just upgraded it too.
Yeah, he just recently upgraded it. I wasn't satisfied at first because I knew this guy. He was gonna change my down stem, and I love the original one. Yeah, but the new down stem isn't bad. It's really good. It actually, although it takes a little bit more water to provide the same filtration, it actually has a really good. Good smooth hit, and when you taste your dabs, they're very chirpy. So it's not like you're actually getting that harsh hit from when you smoke a bowl or just your average rig that you just find from a smoke shop.
Right. I feel that. That's cool, man. That's cool. Fucking shout out. See, bro, you make an impact.
So but then came a time, right? Like he told me one day, he was like, I'm thinking about learning how to blow glass. What do you think? And I was like, do it. And I was like, that way you could make my down stems, homie.
Yeah.
He did that.
That's the
That's
first thing that I
funny,
said. That's the
dude.
first thing I said. But it was like, just do it, dude. And I still have the first piece he gave me. It's a little small joint, like holder.
Yeah.
So you can smoke out of it, which is fucking dope. It's like a little cone. It looks like a cone. It has like some little hands and stuff on it. I still have it actually. I was gonna use it, bring it today, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah. Being one of my first pieces, that was really fragile. Actually, instead of a cone, originally it was gonna be a mushroom, like completely, and then you'd hit it from the cap. But while I was working on it, right at the end, the mushroom cap just fell off. And
man.
at the beginning, I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know what I did wrong. Now I know clearly what I messed up on. But besides that, I took off the mushroom cap and I just like sealed it, cleaned it up, and made sure that it was still usable. And Jimmy was satisfied out of the way, so I was really appreciative of that. But I still think of that mushroom every day, bro, because it was gonna be sick. Like it was supposed to be like a whole little what kind of mushroom would it look like? I'll get back to you guys on that one.
Word. Yeah, no, I'm not too versed in the world of mushroom geno and phenotypes. As opposed to
I just know microdose. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. But I do fucks with him. Oh man. What about you, man? Fucking. Because you've been. When did you start smoking?
The first time I smoked I was 17 years old. And, yeah, I bought some weed from my homie. I actually told him, I was like, hey, I'll pay you $5 later.
Hell yeah.
And we've been homies. I'm still homies with him. Shout out to Harry.
Shout out.
And yeah, he hooked me up with a little nug, and like I think I told you last time, we went to the bathroom and it smelled nasty in that bathroom. We were in Robertson Park back in the day, and before it got redone, and too much pressure. You know, I'm like in there trying to hurry up and roll this shit, and I've never rolled a joint, and man, I broke up a little bit. I put the nug and I broke up a little bit, and I was like, fuck it, and I rolled it up. It was a pregnant ass fucking joint. We smoked it on the way home and had the little wire in it, so it was like to hold it straight.
Yeah. Oh, I was just telling someone, I was like, yo, I was session with a homie recently, and they were talking about those fucking papers with the wire that's like you can use it to fucking smoke the roach. I didn't remember who it was. It was you. Okay,
yeah.
Fire, dude. Because I've been trying to find those because
There's papers like
Yeah, so
old school, right? That's
the
sick.
little wire, if you set it up right, the wire comes out a little bit more, so you kind of bend it and then actually
hold it.
Yeah, you can hold it and then you smoke the
roach clip.
Yeah,
Sick,
like
right?
a built-in roach clip.
Yeah, that's old school as fuck, bro.
And you know what? I was this age when I found that out.
Oh, word?
I was today years old when I found that out. You just blew my mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that was a built-in roach clip. That is sick,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
I didn't know that
yeah.
until right now, bro.
funny,
You just
dude.
said that.
When you said it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I had that Raven moment, like, shh.
Dude, that's funny as fuck. Yeah, bro, because I fucks with roach clips, and it's that what was that movie with fucking Blow? You seen Blow?
Mhm.
So with Pee Wee Herman smoked weed with a fucking long ass fucking cigarette holder. So I was like, yo, that dude is a fucking pimp. Like fucking shout. I forget his actual name. Fucking he will be forever Pee Wee Herman. But dude, after that, like shout out Juju.
Yeah, Jink Juju.
Fucking Jane.
Yeah.
Jink
_
Juju
Jank on Instagram. Yeah. Fucking. She hooked me up with a sick sweater recently, but I also I love her
Roach
The
clips.
wands.
fucking
Yeah.
wands, dude. Yeah. Cause there's ones that look like actual magic wands,
Yes, they do.
and then there's other ones that have like just the different stones, gems.
Oh yeah.
You know,
on them. Mm-hmm.
It's a vibe. And I
Yeah.
love smoking with it because it feels old school, dude. You know what I mean?
Especially with the longer ones. Like,
Yeah.
The shorter one feels all like nice and classy, new, and you're like,
Right.
all right. Feel like a hipster, no lie.
Very chic.
But when you got
Yes.
the old, longer ones, those ones feel like, dang, I feel like
Absolutely.
I'm in the 1920s right here, just out here smoking a joint. Or
Smoking proper.
Yeah, smoking a cigarette with my friends,
Hell
passing
yeah,
it
dude.
around.
That's what's up. So yeah, so the little paper with the wire in it, was that did that spark the engineering stoner in you, or
No,
was it?
it was the homie John. So the homie John, one day we were just hanging out and at his house, because we would always ditch school during this time. After that, if we were smoking, we'd ditch school, go to his house because nobody was home. And one day I think I was in a science class and I jacked some tubes and shit.
Hell yeah.
I jacked some tubes, and then we fucking ditched one day, and I brought them all, and then we started making this fucking 5-chamber. One was regular water, one was ice, and then the other one was we had this whole reasoning behind why we were doing them. And yeah, because the weed we had back then it was not that good, so it was harsh a lot of the times when we were smoking anyway. And so we were trying to figure out how to not cough.
Right.
And yeah, that was the first time that I actually remember. But I'm actually having a flashback right now. The first time I actually seen a DIY bong was a Corona bottle. And it was funny because I was the oldest in our little barrio or whatever. And all the little kids looked up to me, right? And so I was a hooper. I always played basketball. I was never I really didn't smoke, really a lot. And then one day, the little kid, he's like, yo, you down to come play some video games at the crib? And I'm just like, all right, whatever, and because I was not doing shit at the house. So I went, we're playing video games, and his brother, he comes in, and little kid's like, yo, you want to smoke some weed? And I'm like, fuck it.
The little kid.
Yeah.
already too.
And I'm just like, but it's his older brother. Like, this
Yeah.
dude's already like 20 something, you know?
Right.
So he's like, all right, I'll be back. And then he's like, yo, he tells his brother, like, hey, he wants to take a hit. Or can you put him a bowl? And I'm like, oh, shit. He came back with the little Corona bottle with a little straw, like a little a rubber tube straw or whatever. So
Okay.
it was plugged up from the top, and it had I want to say like a stainless steel down stand with the regular bowl in it, like just a mesh.
Mhm.
And it was like, water was like obviously dirty because it was smoking flower. And I remember taking a hit off of that little motherfucker, and that shit fucked me up
Yeah.
real bad.
Mhm.
Real bad. And I was like, damn. And then I like right now I don't even know like if that inspired me or anything, but like I think about that, I'm like, damn, that was like the very first time I ever seen some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like an actual upcycled bottle, and I was like, damn, that's fucking dope.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I remember I remember my first DIY bong. Damn, that hot box got me too, girl. Don't even worry.
Oh. I'm
Uh,
telling you guys, fucking just open the window.
yeah, I know. Fucking, I don't want to fucking stink out the neighbors.
Oh.
But you're right. We should clear it out. We could.
That's the best way, don't lie.
Unless you found the fan.
But oh, you know what? I actually broke it so it clicks.
Oh
So
no.
fucking yeah.
Oh,
I'm big as fuck. So it was on one day, and I took off my sweater,
and you hit it?
and I hit it the other way, like the opposite way.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Talk to me.
I was gonna say I might be able to let you know how to fix it.
Word?
Yeah.
Word. We'll check it out, baby. I'm down.
Yeah.
DIY me, baby. DIY me.
Got you, dog.
What's it called? But yeah, my first DIY bong. It was you know the Golden Peak tea.
Yeah.
That like.
So
it was one of those, dude.
I did
And,
that shit too.
I was living with one of my buddies in high school, and actually this dude, when we were in high school, me and this guy have been in the same classes together since like 7th grade, all the way up through high school. I ended up moving in with him. I was roommates with him, but when we were in like 9th grade, 10th grade, when he started smoking weed, I was like, bro, that's some loser shit, dog. The fuck you doing smoking weed? Because at the time, I only knew 2 people who smoked weed. It was Snoop Dogg, and like, you guys know Snoop Dogg, like he's cool and shit, but like, in 1994, he may or may not have killed somebody.
Well, yeah.
The other person I knew who smoked weed was my cousin, and he's a cholo. And in 1994, he killed multiple people. So like, those are the only 2 people I knew who smoked weed. And he was like, bro, artistic people and college professors smoke weed, bro. You just don't understand. It's not your time, bro. It's not your time. Fast forward, I'm selling him and his brother packs. Like, while living with them. It's hilarious. But his brother did the DIY bong with that Golden Peak tea. And it was the craziest thing I ever saw, dude. He got a fucking safety pin, heated it up to fucking melt through the little hole.
The plastic?
Yeah, to do it perfectly. And then he dropped the down stem from a bong that he had before, like a real bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in high school, I seen like the Gatorade bottle with the pen in there, whatever, and the little foil.
Yeah.
So I thought that's what we were doing. I was like, this guy's gonna build a bong? What kind of fucking crackhead shit is this?
What kind of
I-
subsidy is this?
You know what I mean? Like I had smoked weed maybe 5 or 6 times up to that point. And yeah, he did it. And I remember it hit me, and I kept pulling way too hard. Just like the first time I had a pipe, I was pulling way too hard, so the flame kept going. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with this shit, bro. Like it's not getting lit. Like all fucking like being a dick, right? I'm like, I don't know, bro. This shit's crazy. And then he was like, here, let me light it for you. So he lit it for me, and then it cherried, and I was like, oh shit. And I had seen him like take a breath in between, like, and then he blew out, and then he fucking sucked in again to clear it. So that's what I did, except I didn't know about breath control and like not smoking the whole bowl. So I cherried up the whole bowl.
Oh, yeah, that stink
Dude,
smoke.
and then fucking went back in to fucking cherry again and then cleared. Like I've been doing it like his older brother.
Yeah, dude, you gotta switch up. If you're gonna do that, your technique has to be different.
Yeah.
You can't breathe out that. You have to take it.
You have
all
to
in
do
one
it,
hit.
yeah. Yeah, no, I learned that night.
Yeah.
And to this day, whenever I see people take an extra breath, I'm like, you're a different kind of savage.
Oh yeah, and what, knock off? Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Me
dude.
sometimes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yo, there was this actually last night, Zach had a show over in Alhambra, and I pulled up on him, we were smoking. I was on my way to a party, and this old dude was walking by, he was like, hey, Zach, you're funny, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, y'all you're smoking weed? Shit, I ain't smoked weed since 87. And Zach was like, come on, tonight's the night. He was like, all right. And he went over and he grabbed the joint. And he's like, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go to the car real quick. And then as he's walking away, he just blows it all out and doesn't cough.
Sick ass, man. That man's a savage.
Dude,
That would
that's
probably
it.
smoke cigarettes and some
bro,
shit.
dude was like fucking 70 years old,
Heck
bro.
yeah.
Dude was old as shit, fucking
He said he
chested
had
it,
not.
bro.
He had not
He's like,
smoked.
I ain't smoked weed since 86.
Dang.
Oh my god, dude. It was crazy.
He gotta smoke something then.
Dude, yeah, so he ripped the shit out that joint too. And it was an Endo's joint.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Endo's pre-roll. So
Man,
shout
that's
out.
fun.
Homie was high. Homie was high. He was supposed to go back to the show. We were still there for about another half hour. He never came back.
Oh, he probably passed out in the car.
Dude, facts, bro. Facts. We had to go home, bro. Shout
He
out
was like,
Neho, dog.
he was like, fuck it, I'm going back to 87.
Dude, for real, bro. He went back. Fucking, we gotta go back. Fucking A, dude. Fucking, you wore the perfect shirt for that fucking jump
Oh
today, dude.
shit! This is shout out. This is actually a Vazzy shirt.
Oh, word?
I
Hell yeah.
always jack it because it's like it's my favorite all time, like pretty much my all time favorite movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
word?
much.
Yeah,
That's what's up, dude. No, I fucks with fucking Back to the Future. All right. Which of the sequels was your favorite, though?
yeah. I liked all of them.
Word? Okay, because so did I, man.
I like
So
all
did
of them.
I.
It teaches you something, right? Because like in life, the reality is that we don't learn off of the first fucking lesson. Sometimes we have to go through that same lesson a few times.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you look at it's the exact same movie in different time periods.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
all it is. Because it's like there's, man. I when we used to wake up with my daughter, I would always have her wake up to the beginning of Back to the Future 1, which is the alarm clock.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
So ever since she was a little girl, I would always turn that on, and that would be her alarm. She would wake up and then she'd come and watch the first. She knew Doc and Marty, and all that other shit. So, yeah, that's another reason I love the movie too, though.
Hell
'cause
yeah,
it
dude.
reminds me. But fuck yeah, it's a dope ass movie. I like it. It's good lessons to learn, and it's real though, cause yeah, a lot of people do have trouble with like that. When you get challenged and then you gotta like step up to, you don't gotta do all that shit.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta rock out.
Yeah, what matters is what you think of yourself, not what others think of you.
Lessons.
Yeah.
Lessons are important, dude. Speaking of lessons, we were talking before when we were talking about setting this up. What are some cool things that you've seen, like, the cannabis industry learn, like, the lessons that it's learned? Because it's changed so much, bro. Because, like, when you started smoking, you had to, like, hide it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I started smoking, I didn't start smoking weed till I was, like, 20, 21.
Sheesh.
And at that time, fucking, it was legal.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Fucking, I was standing outside of Target smoking weed in the parking lot. You know, like, I was pretty flagrant with my shit. There's been a lot of things that's changed in weed.
Mhm.
A lot of things. And, like, now we're getting legalization in, like, a bunch of other states and stuff. Because I can't imagine fucking still getting in trouble for weed, bro. Like, because I've never gotten in trouble for weed.
Mhm. No, hell no. Yeah, that shit was super taboo, man. You can't talk about that shit at
Yeah.
all.
Where did you grow up?
I actually grew up out here in in a lot of places actually, Southern California and Colorado. But
Okay,
When I
both
first-
spots are pretty different with the
yeah,
yearbook.
so I actually lived out north. When I first started smoking weed, I lived in this small town called California City. Then I moved out to
Okay, yeah.
Hesperia near Victorville and shit, and then to Colorado after that. And as a kid, I don't know, it was weird. I always felt like I could get caught in trouble as a motherfucker because I started smoking at 16.
Oh, yeah.
So, it wasn't like just by my parents because I didn't know, but my mom was actually really cool about it, and she didn't give a fuck at all. Like,
Shout out, Mom.
shout out mom. Like, one other side story, she actually helped out my older brothers to start smoking weed when they were younger too, and I didn't know about that until I grew up. But going back to the point, yeah, I always felt like I could get in trouble. Actually, one time I did get in trouble, and I got kicked out of one of my high schools because they sort of kicked out because they were going to kick me out because they caught me with weed at lunchtime because I would smoke every day at break, and then right after I had a TA for the front office, so they knew I was
Oh,
fucking
man.
stoned as
Damn.
fuck, and I never gave a fuck, dog.
Crazy. That's punk rock as fuck, dude. Because I always, like, I was a metalhead in high school, but I always, like, had, like, my mentality was more punk rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to fight the man all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just what
yeah.
I was about. That's punk rock as fuck. But like I was super square. Like looking back, dude, I was super square. And like I'm way more punk rock now than when I was like fucking going to shows and like trying to fucking dress the part and shit.
It's more natural now.
Yeah, dude. Like it's just like, oh yeah, no, like you're okay. You're okay. Calm down, kid. Calm down. But like, it's cool having that not give a fuck attitude because I think weed gives you that not give a fuck attitude, but in the best way. Because it's not like a what's the proper term? Like there's no malice behind not giving a fuck when it comes to weed. It's more of an easygoing, carefree, fucking flow of water.
Exactly.
Like all I'm thinking is Bruce Lee be water.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely helps you kind of take a breath in between, like when you're maybe even just taking bad news, regular news. It gives you a little bit more time to appreciate everything, you know? Because sometimes we're just really quick to react to anything that stimulates us, right? And I think it slows us down. But for me, I think the biggest thing that has changed is just the way that people talk about it. Just generally talk about it. Back then, it was more, oh, that's drugs. Now it's like,
right.
you know, like 50-50 now versus back then when it was like predominantly, you know.
Yeah, like now, out here, we're in the middle of LA, so we're out here witnessing people like, oh yeah, it's just weed. Fucking, but you go to some parts of the country and they still view it as taboo, which is sad because there's people who really, really need this stuff for very healthy medical reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
More than recreational, like some of us do. But it's sad to see that although it's growing and expanding and that we're seeing such benefit, that there's still such a loss, just mainly based on people not wanting to change and not having that desire to grow. But what can we do in the end? And we can only control so much.
Word. No, it's just the lessons we learned. It goes back, fucking shout out Back to the Future. Shout out Doc McBrown. Fucking teaching lessons. Because I guarantee there's a fucking white guy that looks like Doc McBrown that was somewhere up there, bro, making changes, fighting for our right to be smoking.
For
You know what I mean, dude? Fucking, have you guys seen that show Disjointed?
No, I have not.
I've seen like an episode or two. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a show about fucking a dispensary on Netflix, and like the owner, she's like an old school I
remembered it.
Yeah, she's like an activist.
I have not watched that.
It's awesome.
It's pretty funny, dude.
It's
like
really funny.
It's super corny, and like the critics said that fucking stoners found it to be hacky, whatever. But it was like,
I thought it was.
You're a critic. You don't talk to stoners. Like you're not even probably smoking weed.
Yeah.
Washington Post.
Yeah, if you're not smoking weed while you're watching this shit, then
yeah, dude.
Yeah, if you're
like not doing it like everybody.
Yeah, but it's dope as fuck because like it showed cool like activism aspects of like the industry. With I forget her name, Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth. And then the realistic part of it too, where they actually get raided by the DEA a few times.
Yeah,
like twice actually.
Yeah, they get in trouble, real trouble, and everything gets seized.
Everything, and they had to start from fucking scratch.
Yep.
But I know this is off topic as fuck, but my favorite part of that show is they have a grower that's their friend. He's like a wook or a hippie as fuck, pretty much. And he actually trips out one day and sees like a spirit of Mary Jane from this weed that he just like spent all his time cultivating, and he felt like it was the one, and it had its own embodiment and everything. It was
the embodiment of Mary Jane, bro.
The embodiment of Mary Jane.
Oh, bro. Hilarious. Yeah, no, I forget his name, but yeah, he was the best, dude. And fucking as someone who smokes weed, and like as someone who like understands the industry and stuff, like I've never been a bud tender, but I've been going to shops since like they were giving you weed out of mason jars. You know what I mean? Like I still prefer to go to shops that give you weed out of mason jars.
Let me ask you something since you mentioned that.
Hit me.
What have you seen? What's the difference, like you as a consumer, when you've been going to these dispensaries? Like, do you see as far as the bud tenders, like is there a rise in quality now that we have more access to information? Like, are people just kind of giving you what you want?
Yeah. So, all right, I'm trying to think about how to phrase it. Bear with me. When I see a shop that has guys working there, I feel good knowing that they hire everybody based on what's going on. Because when you go to a shop and it's only girls dressed a certain way, it's like, they're just hiring bartenders to bring people in to push, just to push. Whereas like when it's everybody, people are all in uniforms and stuff. It's like
Sort of like how
I can ask some questions. I can ask some questions. And like not saying like, oh, there's guys in there, so like fucking they're gonna help me better. No, it just means that this place is hiring everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like like you. Fucking a lot of trap shops, like bro, if it was 2014 and me and you went to go apply, or any of us three want to go apply for a shop, they'd be like, oh yeah, we'll call you back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but now it's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I do this, this, and this. I know about X, Y, and Z. It's like, oh shit. Fucking, we need you on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're not just pushing the recreational side.
Yeah.
Like, there is, it brings real meaning to the medicinal part of it, because a lot of people forget about that. Because, yeah, fucking, do we need to take a gram dab?
For fun.
Do we need to smoke a blunt in the morning before we go to work? Not necessarily. However, is it awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a lot of weed.
Especially when you got the weed to do it with, baby.
Especially.
Okay, when you're getting shit done, being creative, feeling good, not hurting nobody, guess what? I've always, like, I'm not really much of a religious person. Not that, like, I don't believe in higher power, which I totally do. But, like, I've always, like, kind of seen it, not as praying and, like, being on that aspect, but, like, people pray throughout the day. Makes them feel good. I'm gonna smoke a little weed throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah,
I mean,
amen.
fucking some people praying, they, you know, think on a deeper level. They ask themselves different questions. They approach things a little bit differently. Smoke a little bit of weed throughout the day. Guess what? Post lunch, we're gonna have we're gonna be on a certain thought process. We're gonna be feeling a certain way. We're gonna be in a good mood, putting good energy into it. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's cool. And when I explained that to my mom, she was like, I think it's weird that you compared it to praying, but I kind of see where you're coming from. All right. And I was like, word. Because she was like, yeah, because of course we all say, like, oh, bro, I smoke weed and, like, it doesn't do anything to me anymore. Not true. People say that shit all the time. That's not true. You're just managing peaks at that point because you got a tolerance. But if you want to get stoned, you can get fucking stoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And, like, kind of breaking it down like that to my mom, who fucking, I've seen her drunk 3 times. 3-4 times in my life. Seen her drunk. When she found out I was smoking weed, she was like, oh no. You're grown, you're an adult. I can't tell you what to do. Just know it breaks my heart. And I'm like, but now all of her kids smoke weed.
So
The one that didn't go to college and is just fucking raw dogging life, trying to tell dick jokes and fucking smoke weed on the internet. My sister that went to college all on her own dime, fucking like started like a cool program for like paraplegic athletes.
that's awesome.
And like adaptive sports, that's what it's called.
Mhm.
So like she ran not a contest, but like a wheelchair tennis, and then murder ball, and then like a para
Like
athlete triathlon.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah. Where they fucking spike, they run, and bro, she fucking gets flown out to other ones like around the world, or like around the country. Because like there's certain paraplegic athletes, and like when you only have one leg, you have like a spotter with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Someone to keep pace with you, like
Mhm.
kind of help you along. Companies fly my sister out to fucking spot these paraplegic athletes. Sick as
dope.
fuck, and she's smoking weed. So my mom was like,
While she's running? No, I'm just kidding.
right? Yeah, for real.
Imagine.
So she was like, all right, cool. Like, I see something. Hell yeah, that was a fucking dabberoonie. Hell yeah.
Bossy.
So yeah, that, and then when her youngest started smoking weed, my brother, so when he started smoking weed, he smoked weed with me. I let him hit the joint a couple times when he was in high school. And I was like, yo, I know what's going to happen. I know it's going to get brought up. There's stizzies everywhere. You know what I mean? Stizzy was fucking, they were plug and plays, the little 710 batteries. Those shits were all through high school, bro. High schools were just dripping with fucking cartridges. So I was like, it's going to come up, kid. I'd rather you like know what you're getting into. Go ahead and hit this. Or you can come with this, but you're going to hit this. Got him faded. And then this kid got like a scholarship and fucking like got a full ride to go to college.
Fuck
Stoned
yeah.
the whole time. And my mom was
Yes.
like,
What the fuck?
all right, maybe I should reevaluate this shit.
Yeah.
Then my pops used to drink a lot.
Mm.
And like, it just wasn't always that cool sometimes.
Mhm.
And then like as he's gotten older and like he saw all of us smoking, he's like, man, you guys look like he'll come over or like he'll see us and he's like, you guys just look like you're just chilling. That's awesome. I want that. And I'm like, yeah, fucking come over, smoke some weed. He smoked some weed. And he was like, oh. And like now, fucking, he has homies that like work at dispensaries or whatever. So he'll bring me weed and he's like, hey, can you just roll this up for me? And then like I'll roll it up for him, dude. And it's funny. Like he'll smoke a little weed when he goes to play golf.
Dope.
Fucking
That's
shout out
fucking dope.
Pops, dude. Shout out
Yeah,
Pops.
that's dope.
That's so seeing shit like that is like really cool because I know that if my parents are changing their ideas, I know there's a lot of other people that are changing their ideas,
Mhm.
Amen.
which is dope because I thought this shit was cool out the gate. I mean, not out the gate, not in high school. Clearly, we went over that.
Dare? Did you get all those stars on Dare? I did.
Man, oh, dude. Actually, we didn't have a dare guy. We didn't have a fucking lion thing. It was whack. Fucking, but if we did, bro, I would have been rocking the T-shirt. I would have been doing all that.
I
'cause
still have mine.
I was
Actually.
down for the cause,
Yeah.
bro. I was down for the cause.
I finally fit into that shit. It was like a XL and shit for like adults. Like, why would you give that shit
Right?
to kids? Like,
It's that
come on.
promo shit, dog. Oh man, that's hilarious. Shit, I'm pretty. So, can I get one of those?
Yeah, I'm gonna clean it up right now for you.
Word, hell yeah, dude. What'd you bring in today?
Weed wise?
Or the glass, the glass.
Oh,
one.
this one. So remember last time I brought a modern Ramune?
Yes.
So this is a
Antique.
an antique. So this one is like it could have been made anywhere from 1900 to like 1930ish.
Oh shit.
So it potentially could be about 100 years old, 90 to 100 years old. The bottle itself, yeah.
Word? That
Yeah.
soda's been around that long?
Yeah, well, the technology has been around since the 1800s.
Oh shit.
Yeah, look,
Probably even older.
pick it up.
Glass blowing's been around since.
Yeah,
Ages.
but like that particular
Oh.
style.
Yeah, you called it a certain style. I remember. This.
Yeah, it's a cod neck bottle.
yeah.
But before they used to make them more like I was doing some research and it's crazy because the reason that they came up with the bottle was because the corks they would dry the fuck out and it would just the carbonation side would push
Mm-hmm.
the cork out because it dried out.
Yeah.
So this dude came
Ah.
up with the idea of instead of making it like a stand up, he made it a lay down so that way the cork was always
Mm-hmm.
hydrated and didn't dry out, which pretty much meant that the carbonation was not going to escape, right?
Yeah.
But that also made it kind of hard to store because you have to store them on the belly,
Yeah.
and not right up. So it wasn't good. So then he came up with that. I forgot the dude's name again, but yeah, he's an English dude, and he came up with that design. And they've been fucking using that shit for a fucking very, very long time. It's seen all over like Asia. I know people in India use it, England as well, Japan, of course, And it's just little changes in here and there, just the way that they make it now. Now it's like they have a a plastic top on top.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
makes
yeah.
it easier for manufacturing,
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah. This shit's crazy, bro. The whole concept is
Yeah. So the pressure pushes the marble and it holds it in place.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when this is what's dope about it. Like you can actually
was I holding you
yeah.
in a good spot? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So what's dope is that you can actually, if you're drinking one of these, right? All you got to do is drink it and then just pop it up really fast. The marble's gonna get stuck up here because you're agitating the fluid, causing the fucking carbonation to come out, right? And then you can just set it down and it preserves the carbonation.
What?
It's actually a trip because I've always figured that the reason why they make that marble and had it in there is to limit the like how you
The
said to
minute
like
intake.
the liquid that comes out, as you said earlier, like when you're storing it, because then you put it belly wise and it would stop it. Like how if you put the cotton neck bottle or a Ramune bottle sideways, it starts restricting it. So ultimately, by the time that you actually like flip it around to the end or you're more than halfway, it's a full seal. You can't get anything out. And that was to limit how much you drank out of it. So then you wouldn't drink the whole, like, let's say juice.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. Yeah.
Ah, see, I dig that. Fucking because I never finish my sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get like the bottled sodas because I tell myself like, yeah, if I get a 2 liter, I'm just gonna pour a whole cup, and like fucking, I might end up drinking it. But like the bottles, I'll just take a couple sips and it's extra bubbly in there, so I'm like, that's good enough. You know what I mean? I don't like the picky pickies.
Yeah, yeah,
Not a
yeah.
big fan. So like the whole saving it for later concept, that is sick as fuck. And I remember my sister would get those when we got the beverages and more.
Mhm.
When that shit started popping up, and we went in there, they had the soda section, so the whole family would go like, oh yeah, Dad will get like whatever, my mom would get some wine, and we could pick a soda.
The Remunes.
Dude, my sister would get the Remunes all the time, and I was like, man, this shit's fucking wild. This shit's fucking, because there's just... So, the down stem in that, I saw it's fucking, because now after the podcast I did with you, I'm always looking at like the down stem and like, oh,
Mhm.
what's gonna happen? Because actually I just got a bong with percolatories.
Nice. Yes.
Percolatories?
Yes.
Yeah, fucking the homie got it for me. It's sick. It's the first one I've ever had with like levels to anything.
Uh-huh.
It was always just a down stem and then the tube. So fucking what's going on in there? Because I know it means something. You got that one in there for a reason.
This one's actually the first one that set it off. Like that one, this one's like version 2. But in that particular bottle, it's eight slits, but they're more like teardrops. Like the holes are not like circles or whatever. But this is one of the best functioning pieces that I actually have. And yeah, after that happened, I was just like, oh yeah, this is the shit.
Yeah.
This is the fucking shit. So I actually went ahead. I only have one more of these bottles specifically, and it's different because it has it has notches on both sides. The other one, and it's crazy. This shit's heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
But when you hit it, like you can just see the bubbles, and the way that they stack up, it's just beautiful. I don't know. This piece is special. I'm never gonna sell this one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
this is mine.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Who made that down stem? Because I know that's
That one is thick ass glass.
Mm.
Yeah, thick ass glass made this one. This that down stem, man, it took me quite a while to find. Hopefully in the next couple months I'll have a version 3, which will be a totally different down stem, and that's gonna definitely just enhance the visuals as
Okay.
well as the hit as well.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. See, I love hearing like glass guys talk about shit like that because it's like listening to car guys.
That is true. That is
It's
true.
like listening to car guys, dude. It's like, oh fuck yeah, like I kind of get what you're talking about, and like I feel you. But like I know you're just thinking of it like on a totally other level. Than
So
I
it's
am.
just I like seeing the function, because a lot of the times when you see it, that means it's there. You know, nothing against, you know, all the other bong artists or whatever, you know, glass artists that are out there, but like for me specifically, I like my shit to hit a certain way, personally.
Yeah.
So
Does it?
I'm really I'm really anal about it because I just don't like coughing. I hate coughing, and when a piece makes me cough, I know I can't count on it when I'm in pain.
Right.
You feel me? So if I could figure out some combination of something that works, that makes that happen, I'd rather go with that than, you know, because there's so many different types of styles. Like there's the 1 hole, there's the 2 hole perks, there's the shower head down stems, 6 slits with the hole in the bottom. There's 8 holes, 32 holes, 54 holes. There's 3 slits. There's a million different configurations.
Right.
You know.
1 hole.
Yeah, and I've noticed like 1 holes, they're just fucking harsh as fuck. The technology is harsh as fuck.
Yeah.
So I stay away from that because I don't like fucking coughing, and that's just my personal for me. So since it's my craft, my personality is, you know, transmitted to what I do. That's why I make my shit that way. You know,
Oh, yeah.
to make sure that if somebody's in pain, and they, at least if they're doing it at the temperatures that I'm testing at, I know they're gonna be, you know, like they say, perfect.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know.
Hell yeah. What have you been working on?
What do you mean, like
Glass
glass-wise?
wise, yeah.
Glass-wise? Recently, not much. Only because I just got myself an upgrade pretty much to my torch and my whole setup. I also built myself a new shed so then I can actually do more of a proper ventilation just coverage for my own personal use. And
Safety.
yeah, safety too. I mean, because realistically, I was I wasn't in the best shed before.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very
Makeshift. It was
yeah,
like
makeshift.
DIY as
Yeah,
fuck.
it was
But it
DIY,
worked.
MacGyvered as
But
fuck,
it worked.
pretty much. But it worked definitely. And now that it was like fuck, I had like wanted to get another torch and bigger one, so I can actually make bigger stuff or ultimately develop something that I was like, oh yeah, I want to really fucking just work on this and then expand on sizes and stuff like that. And with my makeshift MacGyvered fucking tent of a shed, because it was pretty MacGyvered. It was not going to be possible at all. So I decided to upgrade everything. Now everything's good. I actually just blew some glass yesterday. I made a pendant and actually repaired one that I'm wearing currently. And then I made a pendant of that had this thing called a milli or maroon in it. And pretty much what it is like an image that someone's already pre-made, and then they cut into smaller little chunks, and then you can use that to actually display your image in turp pearls or marbles and etc. etc. So I was practicing with some of those. And the pendant I made was alright. I'm not a real fan of it, but it's a learning process. I also ended up getting some Squirtle millies, and I tried it because I didn't even know how to use it really, and I just broke a little chunk off. It didn't even break properly, so I was like, okay, well, fuck, I might as well use it. I already broke it, so I tried it, used it. Actually, came out pretty cool.
Fuck around. What does it say? You'll fuck around. You'll find out.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So,
what is it called? A Squirtle what?
It's there's multiple words for it. The proper terms is maroony and or millefori.
Okay.
But most people call them millies and stuff like that.
Word, and it's like the image is already in there?
The image is already pre-made. It's people actually get like solid pieces of rod and colored glass, and they either put it inside another bigger piece of tube and pull like little thin pieces of glass and to make their image, or they'll get solid colors and then they'll start stacking it on each other, so then it'll make an image sideways, but you're actually just layering everything on top of each other to make a single image. It's crazy. There's a few artists that are absolutely ludicrous at it.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. So it's kind of like those cookies, that like those Halloween cookies that like you slice
Yes.
up. And it's
Yes,
already got
I was
everything
thinking
on it?
about the
Exactly.
same
Are you
exact
fucking
thing. I was
serious?
thinking as
That's
he was
sick.
describing it. That's what I was thinking.
It's exactly
Yo.
like that.
That's crazy.
You can't chop it up the same way though. You
Right.
you actually have to use glass snips, and it's so fucking difficult sometimes because there's such big sizes sometimes.
Yeah.
So you can't get that perfect fucking cut. But if you pull it out and make it thinner, you can get those clean cuts, and that's what I have to learn how to do, because without being able to pull it thinner, there's a limit to what I can work with. But if I pull it a little bit thinner, I can work with more, make more turp pearls, or just have little images that you can see around and I have a Squirtle and I also have Charmander. So
Woo, gangster.
those are the only two I have right now. And I just made my Fireflox glass. Check her out. She's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's absolutely ludicrous how she makes those things, and just putting the little tiny ones inside of pearls and stuff. People would love that. I'd love a fucking Squirtle just inside my turp pearl, just seeing it spin around. That'd be fucking awesome.
Dude, for sure. Yeah, turp pearls are crazy. See the whole... Oh,
Hit it,
shit.
hit it.
This is where we go, baby.
Hit it.
It's time.
You know what? Did I make it hot enough?
I don't know. I don't think
Oh yeah,
so.
there you go. There you go. No, I wanted them to taste the terps.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, I
Shit.
forgot my dad right.
Especially with the coffee.
That's a guppy glass top marble.
Oh yes, sir. That was one of the first ones I made, actually.
So check this out, like, what I mean by like push each other, we mean it in this sense, like he always brings me marbles and stuff, right, like to test, because I'm big on like seal, You know, and the way that, like, you know, whatever marbles I buy, they got to be 100 before I send them out, right?
Yep.
Because if there's not a good seal, then that little tube's not gonna spin.
Nope.
You know, that was the first, the first marble that actually sealed properly on any of my stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
any
hell
banger
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, on any banger, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dog!" You know.
It's inspired by my homie. His name, he goes by Goofed Apparel,
Dope,
and
dope.
he loves to draw. And he's one day was drawing us and all his close friends as just little characters that he had. He drew one of our friends named Ethan as a frog, and I was like, you know what? I can make that into glass, and I'm gonna do it. And he was like, do it, bro, I want to see it. And he was like so stoked when I finished. And even I was, because honestly, it came out really good. So when Jimmy told me that it was actually the perfect seal too, I was like, fuck, that's one of a kind already. Because
No, grab it.
honestly, I sucked at making marbles at first, bro. They were all uneven and just fucked. But now I've gotten them down, so I guarantee like every one that I sell will be a perfect seal, just because I know and I test myself what a perfect seal should look like on a banger.
Mhm.
Cover with my finger or with a piece of silicone. Just make sure that it's 100%. You hear the brrr of
Yeah, you
like
hear
a
that?
pearl.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
And so
yeah.
if my marble doesn't make that noise, then I fucked up.
And
Oh,
and if
sorry.
you already have a marble and you're not sure, this is what you can do. You can take a hit and then you can rotate your marble. And if the pearl slows down or speeds up, that means your marble's not perfectly round.
Mhm.
So that means that if you gotta have to figure it out, like where you gotta place your marble and how to place it so that it can seal while you're in the meanwhile you get a good one.
It can also be that your banger,
Oh,
depending on
that's true.
who makes your banger, where you get it from. You can get uneven bangers, and they won't seal perfectly because they're not perfectly round.
Mm-hmm.
And then ultimately, even if you had the perfect sealing marble,
Yeah.
you'd never have a perfect seal on that banger.
That's why I've been actually looking at the flat tops, like maybe they'll have like a little, I call them a nipple, but it's like a little something that pops out, so it just sits on top and it's flat, so
Okay.
that you don't have to even worry about how round something is or whatever. But then you got to worry about that shit being level, because if it's not level and it's like crooked, then it's still not gonna seal. So
Yeah.
it's yeah. I know we look too far into things, but it's like, fuck no, it has to be a good hit. If we're
Yeah,
gonna
dude,
spend
no,
money
absolutely.
on rosin,
Yeah, well, honestly, rosin is so expensive.
you don't want to waste some shit. You want to make sure you get everything out of it, because at the end of the day, I use it for medical reasons. But even if you use it just to have fun,
You want to
you want to get your money's worth.
Mhm. That, and honestly, if you're a new starting off like smoker or dabber, especially a new starting dabber, there's a bunch of rigs that you can get out there, and some of them will hit clean smoothly, and there's a lot of them that will not, and they'll fuck you up. And especially if you don't have an idea of temping your dabs or sort of even knowing what to do, it will fuck you up. We fucked around and found out a lot of times until we decided to get Jimmy decided to get a thermometer,
Mhm.
and then I ended up buying it off of him.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's like, no, my arm, and I'm like, bro, that arm's bullshit.
That's
bro."
hilarious.
No,
You had the
bro.
spot, you knew the temp.
Alright, so I tested it by an inch away, and we would actually test it. We did it with the thermometer. I got it around 450, and he was like, bro, that's still too cold. And I was like, bro, it's better than it being too hot, right?
That's true. I'll fuck with that. Yeah, because you can
So-
still get a little tiny reheat,
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I felt that was better than fucking being way too hot. And ultimately, I was surprised that even I got to 450, because he was like, nah, bro, you're gonna get it way too hot or way too cold. And I was like, nah, I got this, bro.
Because it also depends, right? Like, is the room air conditioned? Is the room warm?
But
Is it?
realistically, it's all about ambient temperature of your banger, because that never
That's
stops
true,
being
yeah.
emitted. And so as long as your hand, personally, this is how I test it, is as long as your hand's about an inch away, and if you feel that temperature being like scorching hot, that you could definitely not be like, you shouldn't even be that 1 inch, and it's not ready.
Mm.
Once you feel like that 1 inch is comfortable, not getting closer, just that 1 inch is comfortable, and you're like, dang, okay, this doesn't burn me anymore. I know if I touch this, I'm gonna be fucking burnt, but it doesn't burn me at that at that distance. Then you're ready to go. That's a good temp, and that's how I've gone about it. And so far, I haven't burnt anything crazily.
Yeah, see,
So.
I feel you, dude, because that's my problem. When I first started dabbing, bro, I seen YouTube get them red hot, and Custom Grow 420 wanted them hot and hurdy.
That's what I did too, man.
Feel me, dude?
I
Fucking, what up,
remember that.
YouTube, bro? Oh my, I watched that guy's
Oh, that
videos.
dude, yes! I
Oh,
remember
man.
that dude.
Actually,
yes.
I got my first Hemper box
Mhm.
because he curated it, and it was this sick ass steamroller, bro. Where is it? Okay, look at this shit. This is the longest lasting piece of glass that I own. I've had this shit since like 2016. And it's sick as fuck, bro. I fucking love it. But it came in his box.
Bro, we started smoking weed at the same year.
Oh, word?
Word.
Fucking shout out. Shout out.
I was in high school.
Oh, word? Hey, it's the way it goes, dude. It's the way it goes.
That just